This is a test to see if the microphone is working. I think it is. It's Steve, Rider 2 Brief. How you doing? Welcome to the show. You know what? Before bedtime, I thought I would do a quick video for you. So one thing I thought I would do is maybe do another show along with the Saturday show. And this show would just consist of me sitting in the studio here talking with you all about questions and comments that come through. Now, I don't know how many of you guys read the comments and my responses to those posting. I get a handful of posts daily, and I respond to each one as quick as I can, usually within a day, all right? More comments are starting to come through, so it's getting a little more difficult to answer them in a timely manner. However, I still do the best I can. With that said, let's read a couple comments. Let's see. How are you guys all doing? While I'm looking up the comments, I thought about doing, I'm still on the fence on this one, but I'm thinking about doing now I have a 125 gallon saltwater aquarium, as you guys know, and thinking about, I love the all-in-one units. My aquarium has a sump underneath, and a sump is a small aquarium that goes underneath your large aquarium. The water drains into it, it gets filtered and pumped back into your main aquarium. Well, they have all-in-one units by Red Sea and also by JBJ. I started out with a 28-gallon JBJ Nano Cube. It's an all-in-one unit where behind the back wall, you have your pumps and your filtration, your sponges, and all that good stuff. I love the all-in-one units. CJ's Aquariums has, or CJ's Aquarium, his channel, he shows off his JBJ 45 gallon, and I love that tank. And I'm thinking about getting a 45 gallon JBJ. Someone had asked, and I forgot who it was, hey, can you do a setup of a all-in-one aquarium? Yes, I can, because I have tons of money to just spend on aquariums. I'm looking for sponsors, hint, hint. Well, anyway, I think I may get one, and I'll show you guys everything from the unboxing to the putting in of the sand, filling of the water, making the water, everything from start to finish, right? My plan is to take my Starry Blenny, because he's a bully. I have a sand sifter goby. It looks like a white little long eel. Not really an eel, like a fish eel mix. Look up sand sifter goby, and you'll see what I'm talking about. That dude cleans my sand. My sand was pure white because of him. Well, I also have a yellow Watchman goby, and those two guys went into hiding. I thought they were dead. Well, once in a while, I can see their little heads peek out from underneath one of the large Pucani rocks. The Starry Blenny is beating them up. How do I know this? Well, I purchased another sand sifter goby because I thought my guy was dead. After not seeing him for about 3 weeks, I put that guy in, acclimated him, everything was cool. The Starry Blenny zoomed out, grabbed a hold of him, and shook him up. And then he shook him up again, and he would not leave him alone. He died because this bastard Starry Blenny has made the tank his. You don't want to put two Blennies together, and sometimes Blennies will go after gobies. I've never had a problem with previous Blennies. This guy is a bastard. So I'm thinking, well, what I will definitely do if I get this NanoCube JBJ 45 is I will put his ass in the cube, and I'll purchase a pair of clowns. And that's really it. Cleaner shrimp, maybe eventually a fire shrimp, some coral, call it a day. But this is going to be a really slow project. I don't need the expense of another tank. Kind of on the fence with this. Now, the place I'm going to purchase it from is the first reef store I ever went to. They're a little distance away from me, but I reached out to them, and, they've got them in stock, and I'm going to film the store while I'm there. So, whatever. Anyway, let's get to the comments. I have some in here. I'm just going to read them in no particular order. So hope you guys don't mind. I'm only going to use first names if there's first and last names. Okay. So Mr. Cow 51 asks, have you ever had a fish turn black during quarantine? I got some very small chromies and acclimated them for a very long time. They turned black the day after they were put in, and 4 out of 5 of them died. Their heads turned completely black. I couldn't find anything online. How about you? I wrote back, I've never seen this with any fish I've quarantined. Just their heads turned black? Were they in copper? For how long? That shouldn't matter, but I'm just wondering. He responds, it was mainly their heads, no medicine at all. The store salt level was 1.019, and I had to raise it to 1.026, but that took almost half the day. My quarantine handled at 4-inch bird wrasse, so I'm confused on these fish. Okay, so it sounds like your store's salinity was 1.019, and you raised it to 1.026 to match your quarantine tank, and it took almost half a day. Well, that's way too quick. You want to raise the salinity slowly over the course of a week, or preferably 2 weeks. All right? These saltwater fish are more delicate than freshwater fish. I mean, fish in general are delicate, of course, right? But the saltwater community is really, really sensitive. So you want to raise the salinity up over a slow period of time. Now, that I don't think has anything to do with their heads turning black. I don't know what that is. I've never heard of that. If any of you out there can give him some suggestions, please jump in and comment. But I've never seen that. I would think if anything had to do with quarantine and you didn't even use any medicine, I am at a loss on this one. If something was going to turn black, I would think they would all turn black. Maybe they had some disease or something. I don't know. But I don't think it's anything you did wrong. I've never heard of this. I've never read of this anywhere online. Let's see. What else do we have? We're going to read a couple more. Okay. So this is from a breeze duct testing. He had a question on ick. My tank has had ick for a while, and it's killed almost all my tangs, but not my chromies or my wrasses. Why? So I responded, let me get to the most recent one. All right. Sorry to hear about your losses. It's always terrible when you lose a fish. I don't know why the ick hasn't gotten to them yet, but I'm sure it will. If you don't have a quarantine tank, please get one. And then I said, buy my videos or buy my ebook on Amazon. I have a book. Do a search for Steve Rotter, How to Kill Ick in Your Saltwater Aquarium. It's $2.99. I said, I'm not trying to sell you on the book. I just want to really help you get rid of the ick forever. Watch my videos. The book has got a lot more detailed information. Good luck. And he said he did buy the book, and he wanted to know what he's up against for the ick parasite. That's what he was thinking too. It's probably going to kill the wrasse and the chromies. So will it kill all the fish in your experience? Quarantine tank before adding. He will quarantine before adding more fish. So anyway, and then he was saying he was sugar dosing and keeping the nitrates down, which is another topic he had. And his water's getting cloudy. Yes, your water will get cloudy. That's part of the biology behind sugar dosing. It feeds the beneficial bacteria, causes them to multiply. You're seeing a burst in the bacteria growth. You're going to get some little slime, mucus, like cloudy wisps of cotton. It looks like ghostly wisps of cotton on your glass and in your sump. That's completely normal. You can clean it off. That's fine. It's from sugar dosing, especially, and vodka dosing to lower your nitrates in your aquarium. If you do that, make sure you have a protein skimmer so it can get rid of those nitrates. And then part of the process is once those bacteria are fed, They're going to break down the nitrates, turn them into gas. They're going to escape through your water as well and export it to your protein skimmer. So your protein skimmer is going to smell extra nasty. And getting back to his other question on the, where was it? Oh yeah, he just had the 2 questions on the ick parasite. Now we've been over this time and again. A lot of people believe that if you feed your fish garlic, it'll cure the ick. It's not true. Garlic will not do anything. We've been through this before. Watch my other videos. My brother just recently got a saltwater aquarium. It was my first one, the 28-gallon nano cube by JBJ that I talked about. And he's been going through hell. I have been teaching him and showing him, and he's still having problems. He didn't have a quarantine tank, but he did go to the store. He did buy like a 5-gallon from Petco or something like that. He put in a simple little pump for water flow and a little cheap heater, and it's doing fine now. And he just picked himself up some copper as well, but he picked up a couple fish, and they had ick on it instantly. So he returned them to the store. They gave him a credit. And he's just fed up. His exact words, I'm going to take a bleepin' sledgehammer to this bleepin' tank in the bleepin' street because I'm bleepin' done. I'm sorry. So he's really beyond frustrated, as we all have been and continue to be at times. It's a rough hobby, and it is expensive, and it does require daily maintenance. I am rinsing out my mechanical filtration twice a week now in my rotor tube, and that's really all I'm using. And I'm vacuuming my sump weekly, all right, when I do a water change, my 10-gallon sump weekly. Let's read one more. Let's see. All right, Brian B. I won't say his last name. He says, this is in reference to the flower pot coral that I was talking about. Now, flower pot corals are delicate to keep. They're rough to keep. And most local reef stores will say, oh, yeah, it's fine. They're rough to keep. Most people keep them for 2, 3, maybe 4 months, and then they start to wilt off. Their tentacles break off and die. They're a gorgeous coral. I love them. I had one. It lasted about 9 months. Then it started to go inside the rock. They're literally in a rock with a bunch of holes in the rock where the tentacles come out and they sway real nice, about 3 to 4 inches in length average. They're a gorgeous coral called a flower pot coral because the end of each tentacle looks like a flower, like a daisy or something like that. They're beautiful. No one really knows how to take care of these things. It's rumored that the dirtier the water, the better, meaning the higher nitrates, about 5. Your nitrates should be at 0. Your corals need them to be at 0. But the soft corals like the water to be a little dirtier, like 1 to 5 at the max. Your fish will be fine, even in higher nitrates like 40. But if you're going to have hard corals, you really need to keep your water pristine at 0 nitrates. So Brian says that his Goniopora, the flower pot coral, it's at 10 months now, and at 8 months it started declining, but he started target feeding it, like with a turkey baster. So he'll put, frozen shrimp or something like that, or Rod's food, whatever, in a turkey baster and gently squirt it onto the coral inside his tank. So once he started target feeding it more, it's a little better. And after 8 months, most people struggle to keep them, and he hopes that his will make it. So I said it should be okay. They're notorious for being difficult to keep. I'm not sure if I'll get another one, but then a couple other people jumped in and they said, like Mr. Bad Boy Rich, 1984, he said he managed to keep his just over a year, and just to make things even more interesting, his clowns have hosted it. That is totally awesome. So I asked him where he placed it in his tank. He said it's just on his sand, nothing special. The clowns will not let him near it. When he puts his hand in the tank anywhere near that flower pot coral, Goniopora, clowns will not let him go near it. Those guys are territorial, as you know. I love the clowns. So I may get another Goniopora. Not going to rush out and get one because they are expensive. And there's been a petition going around over the last couple of years where people actually do not want them sold in stores because they're so difficult to keep. They're taken out of the ocean just to put in reef stores so people can purchase them and kill them. All right, guys, that's it for this edition of Router Tube Reef. If you like this show and you dig it, please subscribe. I'm not going to have much editing on these. It's just going to be me talking, doing shout-outs to a few people at times, reading your comments, and my responses to them. If you've enjoyed this, you'd like me to continue this, let me know. Put in the comments below. Go ahead and like it. If you don't like it, go ahead and dislike it. That's cool, because I still get credit for a like, whether it's good or bad. And post your comments. Let me know. Sorry, I'm getting over bronchitis. So let me know about that JBJ. If you'd like me to do it, of course, you're going to say yes. But thinking about having a Saturday show, as usual. Another show during the week, maybe a Wednesday or a Thursday or a Friday, whatever. It's going to be whenever I feel like it. How about that? And then, of course, Sundays we have Reef Talk with Mile High Reefers. Because I just have so much time to do video production and stuff. Anyway, I really appreciate you guys watching. Have a great night. Happy reefing, and thanks again for watching.